There we are, loves. Look at this. That's right. That's right. Look at it. Got you. That's right. Called Redeem. That's one of my favorite BOC songs, by the way. Wonder what that relates to in this little thing we're doing. I don't know. We'll see. Welcome, everybody. Dame Celestine, of course, the star queen, and the dame of Mrs. John Dame, and the bubonic plague, and wars, and, the Tower of London, and anyway. Welcome, Dame Attis, queen of the mountain, of course, and the rabbit, dame of the white rabbits. All right. All right, baby. All right. How we doing? It's a Wednesday, isn't it? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. This one we're going to call, well, caution. Don't stop on the tracks. You may get run over. Reddit. How is everybody? Lovely lords, lads, and dudes. Sugars. My sugar mountains, my mountain lilies, my lilies on the mountain. Well, we're going to have to talk about Koberger sometime again. We have to talk about him at least sometime. All right, Mr. Koberger. Hey, Mr. Koberger. Mr. Koberger. Mr. Koberger. I know there's an interview that is happening right now with another sorority friend of ours, but we're going to let Connor have his day premiering that, and then we'll tackle that one next. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Anyway, good. I'm glad you're doing good. I got in more happy news, I actually got a glass cleaner for the phone, so hopefully it doesn't get all blurry and shit. If it does, I'll just wipe it up, spray stuff in your eyes, and make the phone better. There you go. Not lately, Dame Celestine. That's a great question. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I developed some late-stage manic shit. I don't know. No, I don't know. A lot of things going on. I don't know. Especially related to this case that maybe it just keeps my brain awake. Maybe that's it. And then fighting with people on Reddit. And you know what? I'm not going to fight with people on Reddit anymore. People in denial, they either going to stay in denial, or they're gonna get over the wall. You know, that's it. And I think that's the position I just got to stick with. I'm done arguing with fucking people who cannot handle basic truths in this case. I'm done. I'm done with it. It's a waste of fucking energy and time. It really is. They want to fight, and all they want to do is give me back the mainstream media narrative that has been parroted for the past, 4 years. 4 fucking years. And all these interviews coming out with more and more and more ridiculous information that do not fit in with the narrative. They cannot handle it. They can't handle it. And I don't know if they just simply refuse to listen and watch and read. That, again, we talked about accommodation of information. And these people in denial, they cannot accommodate information that goes against their already held beliefs. And so it's a waste of time and energy. You're either going to stay behind the wall that you built, or you're going to figure out how to build a ladder to get over the wall. One or the other. And once you get over the wall, you got the garden, baby, and you got the electric church waiting for you. But I can't do it for you. And I'm tired of arguing with fucking these morons. I really am. You know? Well, you weren't there. How do you know what happened? Well, no, I wasn't. Well, you weren't there either. But I actually listen and read the fucking documents that tell me all I need to know. It's not that difficult. Because I know how to accommodate information properly. And put it in my thought processes and analysis of things. That's what I do. And that includes Brian Kohlberger. That includes Brian Kohlberger as well. So, anyway, I could go for a really good Philly cheesesteak right now, by the way, guys. Yes, I could. Yes, I fucking could. Welcome, Marilyn from Philly. I could really go for a good cheesesteak right now, by the way. With a nice, like, fresh baked seeded fucking roll with the Cooper Sharp cheese and the fucking ribeye steak. Little marinara sauce on there. Little green pepper in there, perhaps. Maybe a little bit of onion. Okay, I don't like to overdo the onions. Maybe a little bit of onion in there. What do you think, CB? I'm sorry, Merlin. What do you think, Merlin? Does that sound good right about now? I think so. Yeah. For fucking yeah, it does. Some nice, nice boardwalk fries to go with it, with some nice salt and some malted vinegar on the fries. Oh my God. I think, forget this fucking live. I'm going to the boardwalk. Fuck it. Fuck you. And not my garden, but you know what I'm saying. Fuck it. I'm going to the boardwalk. Oh my God. Anyway, now that we're good and hungry, thank you, Merlin, for making us all hungry. It's always the black guy, you know that. I'm kidding. It's always a black guy. Well, that's funny, Master Nature. Anyway, all right. All right. Oh, God. All right. So let's look at Amelia. This is Kohlberger. We have to discuss Mr. Kohlberger, obviously, or we'd be in denial. The man who pled guilty. We gotta address him at some point again. Not the most, anyway, whatever. That's right. Watch a tram car. You know how it rolls there. You know how it goes. You ever get hit by the tram car? I never got hit by the tram car. I wonder how many people ever got hit by that tram car. I wonder about that. Probably a lot these days. No. Never mind. Nah, if they're gonna hit, they probably have an emergency brake on that thing. I would hope they have an emergency brake on the tram car. You know, they just don't willingly run over people. Like, let's say you got an 80-year-old fucking, dementia patient wandering around the boardwalk. You know, doesn't understand what the tram car thing is, and then you run them over. I don't think so. I don't know. I think they have an emergency brake on that thing. Just don't drive. Just don't fucking drive. I don't care if you're wandering around the boardwalk. Just stay off the roads, okay? Because I'm on the roads sometimes. All right. I'm not usually on the boardwalk, so whatever. You don't present too much of a danger to me. All right? Oh my God. Oh my God. Can you run them over in Florida? Well, I can understand that. They do have the highest elderly population in America, so that's a good way of weeding them out. All right. Hey, knock it off. Knock it off. God damn, we're only 14 minutes into this thing. Oh, it is hump day. You're right. Of course we have to bring that up, don't we? Oh my God. All right, here we go. So here is we're going to take a very quick break. I'm sorry. Take a very quick 1-minute break. Get into, so this is what we're watching. This is Amelia Pendlenut. Professor, I can only guess how this one's going to go based on the documents that I remember reading. Amelia Pendlenut. My guess is she's a raging socialist slash hyper feminist. I don't know. We'll see. This is coming from Accomplished Day. So check out Accomplished Day stuff. Accomplished Day. Good stuff. Amelia Pendlenut. Oh, see, Merlin, Merlin, you're always 2 days ahead of me. You know that? Merlin, you're always 2 days ahead of me. Well, I guess that's why I guess I'll call you Merlin. All right. Let me guess, she's fucking French. Is she French? Is she French? Is she French? Pendlenut. She's either French or Canadian. Or maybe she's Canadian French. I don't know. Is she Canadian French? Okay, guys. Oh, she just married a Canuck. All right. Anyway, all right. We're not trying to insult too many people today. All right. Let's go. I don't mind Canadians. I'm just saying she's a Canuck. She married a Canuck. Oh, God. We should watch some fucking Strange Brew is what we should watch. All right. Strange Brew. Welcome, Seattle Rain. What do you think? We should watch some Strange Brew with the McEntee brothers. All right, quick break. We get on with it. I can only imagine. My guess is she's one of the professors who. Anyway, well, we'll find out. We'll find out. Here we go. Hi. Whoa. 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 All right, hang on. All right, let's go. Tally ho, tally ho, tally ho, Mrs. Jaw. Tally ho. Ha! Straight to the goddamn Tower of London, tally ho. Here we go. All right, Amelia, what do you got for us? What do you got for us?
Well, I'm a radical feminist, and you can't say certain things, but I can say certain things and get away with it.
All right. Fuck you. All right. Fuck you. Here we go. Hello, Amelia.
So as I said, I'm Detective O'Hara. I'm here with...
Wait, who?
So as I said, I'm Detective O'Hara. I'm here with...
Blair?
Detective Jake Schwecke.
Schwecke!
And would you state your name and spell it for us?
Fuck. Schwecke! Schweck my Schweck. You remember Schwecke?
Okay, and what is your position here with the university?
I'm an assistant professor in the Department of...
Oh, for Christ, wait, what's the accent? Wait, hang on, what's the accent? Tally-ho. Fish and chips? That sounds good too, actually. Some good fish and chips don't sound too bad either right now.
And we had in our notes that you had requested to talk to an investigator.
Yes.
Oh, okay. She requested it. Fantastic.
Well,
here we are.
How long have you been working with the university?
Why are we redacting that?
Okay.
Not I think. I'm not sure how many years that means.
You don't know what? What? Oh my God. Are you serious? Already? You don't know what years are. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're a professor. Oh my God. Oh dear. Here we go. I guess in maybe in Czechoslovakia, they don't measure things in years. I don't know. What other system do we use to measure years? Months? You don't know what months are? Oh my God. I'm thinking Transylvania.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Awesome.
Can you give me a turnip?
In this position the whole time?
Yes.
Okay. In this position, how... I've never taken any criminal justice classes or any criminology, so you have to work with me on some of this stuff. How much
Oh my God.
face-to-face
Of course not.
do you have with the students?
Now that we're back, we have, especially grad students, we see them for 3 hours every week in class. And then there's office hours that they can drop by and talk to us if they want.
Okay.
Oh my God.
What classes are you professor for? What do you teach?
So
I'm not
I
quite
teach
sure.
A lot of the boring stuff, so
I don't know.
and stats. But my area of specialty is sexual violence, and I do teach a sexual violence class.
Oh, welcome, satire. Oh.
At the undergraduate level as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Mostly just methods and stats.
Methods and stats in sexual violence. Okay, so you teach statistics in that. Okay, interesting. And in methods.
And I'm assuming you've followed the investigation.
Hey guys, I wonder in her methods and statistic classes for sexual violence, I wonder if she uses months and years. I don't know. All right. See, we're off to a really good start already, aren't we, guys? Here we go. Oh my God. I can only imagine how accurate her statistics are. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. All right. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what the relationship is. Did
you have a significant amount of contact with Koberger within the... Because as far as I understand, he was only around for this one semester. Is that correct?
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Okay.
So when did you first have contact with him?
I would say the first week of class.
Okay.
So my class was on Thursdays.
Uh-huh.
And I guess the Monday was the 22nd, so maybe August 26th or something like that.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And was that Was that in a class setting, or was that like an
Yes.
orientation meeting, or?
So there was a barbecue at the beginning that I didn't go to. So
the barbecue. You didn't
yeah,
go to
so
that.
I saw
Well,
him
never
for the
mind.
first time in the class.
Okay. And,
Well,
and
so
what
forget the
class was that?
barbecue.
Research methods.
Fucking idiot. Don't mention the barbecue, idiot. You weren't there.
Was he in your stats class or the
So
sexual
the
violence?
stats was for more advanced sexual violence. I'm teaching it now, but he did request to be in it.
Oh, okay. There you go. So he
the
was
only
a.
class you
Okay,
had
there you go.
with Koberger was for methods.
Yes.
Okay.
I can imagine why he was late to it all the time. Oh
I guess tell me about that
no!
first interaction you had with him.
Just it was the first day. I think everyone was a little bit stressed, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Not.
Why'd you request the interview?
Out much other than wanting to dominate
Oh,
the
dominate.
conversation.
Oh, dominate. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, real quick, do you mind if I interrupt for a second?
Okay.
Are you from Transylvania?
Because we don't know why you wanted to talk to us.
Yeah.
Can we just start off with what she wanted to come in and talk to us about?
Yeah,
We'll
let's.
go
That's
back
actually a good
down.
idea. Welcome, Snowpeel. Welcome, love.
Why don't you
Welcome,
tell
love.
us what you have for us?
Yeah, why
There
don't?
might be
Yeah,
more
that's a good.
questions.
Actually, that's a good. Why?
So
What do you? Why are you
My
here?
understanding, and I just want to clarify this. Now that there's been a warrant served, I can talk about FERPA stuff now, right? Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So the week right after the murders, he was not in my class. He sent me an email like about not being there.
Uh huh. Okay. And
The paper he wrote for that class is about burglary. So
Uh-huh.
I don't know if
okay.
there is something in there, and I know it's part of the stuff that I'm preparing and turning over.
Uh huh.
And that includes the email
Yes.
sent to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh huh. Okay.
That paper that he wrote will be part of that as well.
Yeah, because it was FERPA protected, but now that there's a warrant for it, and again, like I don't have all the details. There might be something in there that's helpful. Like I don't know.
You didn't read the paper?
Okay.
Did you grade the paper?
I think that for me that paper is relevant. The absence,
But you don't know what's in it?
And I also saw him. I was covering for another.
This is a joke,
faculty
right?
For a Tuesday class, right the week after the murder as well, and he was really, really late that Tuesday class.
Oh, okay. Wait. Did you teach that Tuesday class? Wait.
I was covering for another faculty.
Oh,
for
okay.
a
You were
Tuesday
covering.
class, right the week after the murder as
Uh-huh.
well, and he was really, really late that
Really late.
Tuesday class. So.
Okay. Because he knew that he would have a substitute professor.
Anything else that's
Like you.
I think it was pre-murders. I'm not sure. He had something on his hands, and I asked him about it,
Uh-huh.
and he gave me. But I think it was pre. Like
It was-
I don't
oh.
remember. I didn't note. But he saw me looking at his hand, and he said, "Oh, you're probably wondering what this is." And he gave me. It was a silly accident, and then completely flushed when he explained what happened to his hand.
Okay.
Okay. So you didn't believe him. You didn't believe him.
I remember kind of late semester, but that could have been beginning of November.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember, like, he was
So that's irrelevant.
big double, the two middle.
Anything else we got?
He had big band-aids, and he said something, and I don't remember what he said, but it was something about it happened indoors, and I remember thinking that didn't happen indoors because it looked like, when you scrape on asphalt. Like,
Oh,
and it
okay.
Anyways, but that's probably nothing.
Right hand, left
Yeah.
hand, you remember?
Yes.
So on right hand, and when you were saying the two middle fingers, which ones are you pointing at?
These two.
Okay.
Like the longest.
So right next to your pinky,
Yes.
and
Oh.
then
Yeah.
your middle index finger.
And
Oh
for
my
2
God.
weeks he had band-aids.
Okay.
2 weeks. Okay. But this is prior to the murder, so
That's
it's
it.
irrelevant.
The other things is I can talk to you about
What
how
else?
he was in classes and
Yeah, I
he
mean,
didn't like very much.
Oh my God.
On my opinion.
okay.
Okay. All right. We're 7 minutes in, and we're 7 minutes in, guys. Tell me she has more than this. Look. Oh my God. No, I think you're right. That is a Russian accent. That is a Slavic, whatever, Russian accent. That's what that is. So, yeah. 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 Perhaps German. Well, there might be a little German in there too, by the way. Just saying. There might be a little German in there too. Welcome, Jules O'Mara. Ah. Well, so what do we know so far? She's the one that reached out to them. And so far, we saw Kohberger with a scrape on his hand and Band-Aids. But this was prior to the murders, according to her. And so, again, it's irrelevant. What else do we got? How was he in class? Okay. Oh, God. Hey, don't forget, if the civil trial proceeds against the Washington State University, she's going to have to testify. She's going to have to testify. So that should be interesting to hear her be on the stand. Right? Right. Unless she says, I don't want anything to do with it, which is quite possible. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, right. Right, Snowpia. I mean, this is simple. Maybe he thought she was an idiot, or it doesn't matter. Maybe he just didn't like her. Who cares? Again, it doesn't mean he murdered anybody. It doesn't mean he killed anybody. What do you have? What do you have? It's like talking to the Moscow Police Department. What do you got? No, we have DNA that was concocted at Quantico. Well, that's nice. What else? I got DNA that was fabricated in a lab in Quantico, Virginia by the FBI. That's what I got. What else? Oh my God. All right, quick break. We'll carry on. I don't want to belabor her. I want to get through this one as quickly as possible. I kind of already have an idea where this is going. So yeah. Real quick. All right. Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go. I don't want to bring up the selfie that Brian Kohberger posted on 11/13. I could bring that up. There were no cuts or bruises on his hands visible in that photograph. I could bring that up. No cuts or bruises visible on that selfie he took on 11/13/22. Now, people will argue and say, well, he airbrushed them out somehow, or he put a filter on it somehow and erased the cuts and bruises. You know, they'll give me some shit like that, right? But I saw a photograph on 11/13/2022, the day of or right after the murders, that showed no cuts or bruises on his hands. However, I do know other people cut their hands that very night on knives. I do know that for a fact. In fact, I know at least one that went to the hospital. Okay, I know that for a fact. Remember, we were cutting chicken or perhaps putting our hand through a fucking window. Take your pick. Anyway, let's carry on with Amelia. Go ahead, Amelia. I'm listening.
Yeah, I mean, what was his interaction like in the class? So how did he interact with other students? How did he interact with you?
So it was he wanted to dominate the conversation.
What does that mean?
He would systematically be late to my class, like every week.
Well,
To the
yeah.
point where one week he wasn't, and I just looked at him and was like, hey, you're not late today. And he just did the awkward laughing type of thing.
Uh-huh. He probably hated this. He probably hated your class.
Cornered me after the very first week. He cornered me because I had not given him 100%
Oh.
on participation for that week in the hall.
Oh.
And many people heard that.
Uh-huh.
So, but it was just, and I do think though that he learned that I was not reacting to this very well. And my feeling was by the end of class, like I would deliberately not call on him because he would always be like, and even thinking that he should be the professor and assigning who should talk instead of me doing that. So, but he kind of learned and was more like contained, I would say, by the end of class.
Okay. So when you say you would deliberately not call on him, in your class, is it open for dialogue?
Yes, that's a seminar, right? So we're all in circle and we talk kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you would just deliberately not
Yes.
call on him because...
That's being a good professor.
Because why? What was the reason?
Yeah,
Because first,
why?
he always wanted to talk.
Oh, really?
Like go on these monologues and
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay.
then correct other. Like I can do the correcting if there needs to be like things like this.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Fantastic.
So in that, is it more of like
What else?
it's open for questions, or is it more for
Dialogue.
students to state their opinions?
Yeah.
And
It's called dialogue.
I guess how would he present his opinions or his ideas?
Like he knew what he was talking about.
This is it, and I would say in terms of research methods, which was a topic, right?
Uh-huh.
There's place to argue a different way of collecting that same information. So, yes, but he would.
Uh-huh.
He knew better, and of course, this is secondhand. But one of my students. Well, obviously, I'm not American and I have an accent, but one of my students texted me.
No. Wait a minute. Wait, I have to do it, guys. You know I have to do it, Mrs. John. Mrs. John. You know I have to do it. Oh, no.
I was too ashamed to
God
talk
damn.
to people and be around people.
I'm sure you were.
Whole process.
Oh,
It's
God.
almost the same every time, but this was just.
I can never get past this part. For some fucking reason. All right.
My name's Howard J. Terkstra. Kansas.
Right?
Sure. Just made the list, buddy. I don't like nobody touching me.
Here we go, guys.
You homos.
That's right. Fucker.
Touch me.
That's right. Wait a minute. That's right. Hey, look. Wait.
Homos.
Let's watch this part. That's right. God
Nobody
fucking damn.
Now, any.
Listen.
Also, I don't like nobody touching me. Now, any of you homos
That's right, baby.
touch me.
All right, baby. We're all in this together.
Men may say
All right. Here we go. No.
thanks.
All right.
$400 to join this thing while
Anyway, as you might have noticed, I have a slight accent. All right. No. We didn't notice it at all. God damn, what is this fucking screen that keeps coming up? Shit. That's really annoying. Fucking screen.
Well, obviously, I'm not American.
No!
But one of my students texted me that because I'm a foreigner, he knew better, and he was telling that to other students.
So would it be fair to say that
Welcome, Beef Supreme.
state his
Thanks for making me hungry
fact
again.
rather than just his opinion of how things should be done?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever notice any interactions between him and other students that would be
Death
unfavorable?
before disco.
Or either way. Either way.
So, and I think I need to protect Verpa for the other students. I won't name names, but
Absolutely.
I'm aware of
A couple of
because I was in
Vietnamese.
I'm not the
Chinese.
only faculty that has an office downstairs, but I'm the only one that was there this fall that has an office. So
Hey.
his office was there, and
He
called
make
him
me
out.
do his homework. Hey. Hey. He make me do his homework.
Crying
All right, sorry.
streaming, and told me that she had left class because of an interaction. with
Welcome,
my-
J. Hom.
Okay. Did she describe that interaction to you?
Yes, but I'm going to be heavily paraphrasing, like something like he said some, yeah.
What'd he say?
Said something that was very
What'd he say?
sexist, I guess.
Like what?
And she called him out on mansplaining.
Oh, mansplaining.
Dug his heels and
Oh.
kept.
What is that?
Yeah,
Okay.
to the point.
What's
where she felt
mansplaining?
She needed to
I don't know.
stand up and leave the room.
Oh, okay. And
Was
she started crying.
aggressive toward her then with that interaction?
I don't know about that.
Oh,
You
okay.
didn't actually see the interaction.
No.
This
No.
was her coming
No.
crying and came down to where your office was at.
And
You
where
saw
her office was, and but
Okay.
I saw her so I just quickly checked in, and
And you said this was a graduate student of the
Yes.
criminal justice program?
Yes.
Okay. It's likely, I'm not going to ask you to name any names, but it is very likely that we've talked to her already because there's a vast number of the criminology and criminal justice grad students that we've talked to already.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
And we didn't get
Before I
anything.
into them,
Really.
would you mind reaching out to this student?
We didn't get
verify
anything, actually.
She has been interviewed.
That we could
and if she
use
hasn't, we would
at a
definitely be
trial.
interested in contacting her or having her contact us.
Okay.
And directly getting that information.
Yes.
and you're welcome to, the cell number that I texted you on, that's my work phone, you're welcome to give her that.
Is that
number.
Dylan's mom?
Information
No,
if
I'm
she
sorry,
hasn't
sorry.
been contacted and she would like
That's
to
not Dylan's
have an
mom.
interview with us.
I will do that.
Is there any other interactions with students that you can recollect? Positive or negative?
That I guess, because I was the only one downstairs, I will say that I got a lot of stories.
Okay.
But you need me to have witnessed it, right?
Not necessarily. Secondhand information is useful as well. So,
Okay. So we have.
Well, that's called hearsay.
so
Not really.
I heard a lot of stories. Let me
Anything else?
think through.
I hear a lot of stories too.
Student.
We all hear stories.
But I think giving the characteristics might identify them, but they're both.
I typically go with first-hand account information. For example,
He needed is
I like to go with first-hand account information. For example, when Dylan Mortensen tells me 7 different types of fucking stories like that, that's what I go with. I like to go with when people deliberately, directly lie to my face with information. That's what I like to go with. Anyway, again, these are not homicide detectives. So I make that very clear. They are not homicide detectives. They are people who are police officers who are assigned to do these interviews. Okay, that's all they are. So that's part of the reason why there's so much incompetence in this case. From Brett Payne through everybody. So we know that, but that's the reason. I got a lot of stories too that I can tell you from people told me from different things. Right? But, you know, I'm not saying it's not completely, you know, I'm not saying there's no use in it. I'm just saying when I'm at a trial, I have to be careful because it's hearsay. Huh? It's hearsay. Objection. Hearsay. Like that. Over and over again. All right. She wouldn't last 5 minutes. You're not going to put this person on the stand. Are you going to put this person on the stand? You know, if you were Bill Thompson, would you put her on the stand? Would you? What I mean, I'm just saying, would you put her on the stand? Anyway, let's carry on.
Her to be physically perfect, and it would not be okay. Like things like this. I have lots of stories like this, but not lots of them were said like in front of me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's fine.
But it was kind of the point of contact where a student would come in my office.
Because these uber feminists wouldn't lie about anything. No.
And what we could do.
Okay. Yeah, and like I said, anything that you can remember, even if it is secondhand, you just heard it.
Okay.
It's called freedom of speech.
Stories that we've already heard, or potentially new leads that we need to follow up on. So, whatever you can remember, and again, like I said, positive or negative, if there's anything either way that really stood out to you, that's all.
Yeah, I know. They very much are satire. They're not very far off from that.
One of my friends...
They've got the same level of competence as the university police. Or university security, or whatever you want to call them.
And he said something to her, oh, I could never understand, like, what your experience is like. That's literally the one positive story I heard.
Okay.
Oh.
So out of all of the stories that you recollect, there was only one positive that you remember. Were there any positive interactions that you had with him personally?
So, I think Brian's research interests were very, very much aligned with mine. And I will say we've had lots of conversation about that. So, you know, he kept saying that he wanted to study emotions and decision makings. Like, I've done that research, but for sex offenders. So, I don't want to say it was positive, but it was,
why not?
You know, regular, you know, collegial, you know, professor with a grad student talking about what it means and like what kind of insight we're having.
Well, that sounds positive.
A lot of it. And he read, like, a lot of my research. I know when he...
Oh, he read your research? Wow.
Another class about a faculty, he picked one of my papers. Like,
my
feeling is that he wanted to work with me, but he never formally asked.
Oh, my God. Wow. What a horrible person.
Well,
jeez.
Can you recall any of the other stories that you heard of students?
I mean, hey, listen. I know she's in denial too, but first of all, you got somebody reading your research and, you know, admiring your fucking research and your work. I guess that's not positive. I don't know. That seems like a compliment to me. Anyway, I don't know. I could be wrong. Jeez. I don't know. I'm sorry, what was it? I'm sorry, I was talking.
Students in your, you know, that you overheard in your office, or students that came to you directly that wanted to share an interaction with you?
Yeah, well, any?
I'm trying to...
You're trying to remember. You're trying to
He
think.
said something homophobic. I classified it as homophobic.
Oh,
I don't remember
you
what the
classified as
story
homophobic.
was.
Okay.
Oh, you don't remember though? Well, that's good.
He...
Must be homophobic then.
Oh, and I was asked that.
Oh my
again,
God.
I was asked by staff because
Well, what was the story?
I'm at long hours at the office, kind
Uh-huh.
of, like mostly 8 to 5 every day, and I'm one of the only professors.
And the vodka.
But I was asked to check in on the work study because Brian was like harassing her. So if maybe some nights I could help walk her out or something like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, these ones I witnessed a couple of times. I don't know why I forgot about this. But
Me neither. I
the
don't-
grad student office that's right in front of mine
Uh-huh.
had
Okay.
some of the female grad students that he was interested to, I would think. And he would go in there and
Uh-huh.
block the door. And every now and then I would hear, I really need to get out of here, by one of the students. And I would kind of step out of my office, go and like literally make my way to let them. Because one of the complaints was that he wouldn't let people leave. Like he would physically block the door when they were having conversations.
Okay. And even at a statement, I need to leave or I need to get out of here, he wouldn't leave. He'd just try to continue to force
Yeah.
that conversation.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, okay. Fantastic.
Is there anything else?
But she never saw that though. She never saw that though.
Is there anything that you can think of for us
Never
that
saw
would
it.
be beneficial to this investigation?
It's only the paper, and again, I don't have all the. Like I will. It's for to be scanned later. This they will be turned over. I don't know if maybe.
Oh my God. She's exhausting.
Yeah. He.
So what? This isn't evidence of anything. This is not evidence.
Wanted to study burglars, and again, my research started with my first 2 years.
Oh.
My research was studying sexual burglary.
Oh. So he was doing the same thing you did before you became a professor. He was studying the same things you were studying. Wow, guys. That must make him a weirdo. Just like her. Just like her. She studied the same shit. Fantastic. Fascinating. Oh my God. Why do people want to insert themselves in the shit? I don't get it.
And he was very against sex offenders. I don't even know how to explain it. And I kept saying
He was
"But
against
you're
sex
right, those are
offenders."
The same principles, right?
Uh-huh.
Human beings, and yeah, the emotions might be a little bit different, but if you think about it, and also if you look at the research on, other types of burglars, the excitement is still a very strong factor. And it would be like, no, it's not the same as a sex offender type thing. Like, he really did not want sex offenders. And I remember being, okay, that's intense, like, as a...
Why is that
not a sex
intense?
offender.
Okay. And when you're saying he was against
talking
sex
about?
offenders, what do you mean by that?
He was, academically, he was very
Uh-huh.
intent that regular burglars had nothing to do with sex offender who commit burglaries.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
It was like a completely different motivation, or
Right.
yeah.
It
think
is.
about this a lot in lights of things.
It is a totally different motivation. You fucking idiot. Oh my, she's a professor, guys.
I guess my question is, did he have a specific stance on sex offenders as a whole, or just as it pertains to the methods of burglary?
Oh my God.
I
You're a
think
professor.
that pertains to the methods of burglary, like
Okay. Like what?
And you
Oh my
mentioned earlier
God.
that he was always late to your class. What was how late?
He thought you were an idiot, but didn't want to say it to your
anytime
face.
From at least 10 minutes.
He
that
tried to
would be,
give you
like,
the benefit of the doubt.
negotiable to
I don't know.
an hour, I think, once. But then he showed up with a note from his supervisor, I think.
Oh, he had a note.
An exam review. I don't know. I have the note. I will turn it over as well.
That's hilarious.
As far as his.
Oh my God.
Are you aware?
Oh my, guys. He had a note from his professor that he was going to be late. Oh, the horror. The horror. Jesus Christ. Welcome, love, Tina. Welcome, Jules Amora. I think I said that. Oh my God. Should we talk about Jean-Benet Ramsey? Well, no, we shouldn't because that's not the same. Sorry, that's a bad example. Actually, that's a really bad example. Sorry, guys, that's a really bad example. That's not a good example. Oh my God. I don't understand. I really am not understanding this. I'm really not. I'm really not. Look, first of all, everybody has free speech. And so what happened with the interaction with the ultra feminist, probably they them, I don't know, I wasn't there. She probably was giving him a bunch of fucking nonsense, and he's like, "No, you're flat out wrong." And she couldn't or he or whatever couldn't handle it. And just couldn't handle being wrong. Right? A lot of people are like that these days, unfortunately. You know, they think their free speech is the only free speech that matters. And they forget that the other person they're talking to also has the same free speech. So, no, I'm not going to agree with you just because I'm going to agree with you. If I think you're wrong, I'm going to tell you. And just because you can't fucking handle it doesn't give you the right to think I'm some sort of caveman who is insensitive to people or to another gender as a whole. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We know it's ridiculous. So welcome, Scott LaFleur. There's also an incident where Mr. Koberger, who doesn't align with the trans community, okay, he doesn't agree with that. There's also an incident where one of these chuckleheads tried to push the boundary. It's called trying to push your fucking boundary on somebody. When you clearly state what your boundary is with something and they still try to push their fucking boundary on you. They also tried to do that shit to him. Like, put a fucking transvestite sticker on his fucking door, and he didn't want that sticker on his door. Do you see? People in denial. Just because you're fucking a transvestite or whatever you consider yourself doesn't mean I have to agree with it or like it. Free speech. I have a right to my beliefs and you have a right to your beliefs. Okay? And when I set a boundary with you and say, well, my beliefs aren't the same as yours, and I would appreciate it if you don't try to push your fucking your fucking beliefs on me. I want you to respect that. And which includes, don't put a fucking gay pride or fucking transvestite or whatever kind of sticker on my fucking door because I don't believe in that. It's very simple, Washington State University. What's really disgusting about this is that people were in fucking PhD school to be lawyers. That's what's really scary about this. And can you imagine having to deal with that shit out there? I would go fucking bananas. I would literally probably go bananas on these people. So that's the reality of what this is, in my opinion. You know? And they could not handle, the issue here is, They could not handle the boundary that was set. So that's part of it. That is certainly part of it here. Look, what do I have to do to tell you I don't believe in what you believe in? It's very simple. You can believe that you're a fucking duck. Okay, whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter to me. I don't believe in that. Okay? So you go on believing you're a duck. It doesn't, whatever. But I don't want a duck sticker on my fucking door. It's very simple. Very simple concept here. Very simple concept. Welcome, Ice Me Alt. Okay, we're not too far away. We're almost done with this, actually, which is good. Merlin, come on now, Merlin. One can only hope. No, come on now, Merlin. Well, that does align with my principles, actually. I did try to stop the bubonic plague, but no one believed me. Mrs. John believed me, though. Mrs. John, I think, starting to believe me a little bit more here. All right. All right. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh my God. He didn't believe that I was a duck. Oh my God. The horror. The horror. The horror.
Gee, he wanted a female girlfriend who shared his same values. Oh my God, the horror. The horror of it all. The horror. Ah! Oh my God. What do you mean you don't want to fucking marry a duck? Right? That's the same logic.
Oh my God, he doesn't want to marry a duck? What a creep.
Bestiality is totally okay. Okay. Right? You want to play fucking games, win stupid prizes. But that's the same logic that they use. So, there you go. I want a normal female girlfriend who is not a fucking transsexual. Oh my God, the fucking horror of it all. All right?
Oh my God. He called me, he must be transphobic. He's homophobic. He's homophobic. Oh my God.
Sorry guys, I gotta take a quick break. Hopefully I don't step on any ducks. Talk about a duck out of water. Wow. Talk about a duck out of water. Interesting. Welcome, Carla B. Oh my God. Oh my God. What, MD? Oh my God. That just triggered a flashback, Master Nature. Oh God, what? We want to finish this up. No, listen, guys. When me and Ashley started dating, okay, that triggered something. when me and Ashley started dating, she said, MD, I don't believe in a marriage between a woman and a duck. Oh, MD, come on. This can wait. No, it can't. Listen. MD. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, MD. I really don't. And yeah, but she fooled me in the end. Okay. Not only did she fool me with the Down syndrome shit, but then she turned around. This is after we got married, guys. She said, well, I'm sorry, MD, I lied to you. First, I had Down syndrome. You didn't know it. And second of all, I do believe in a marriage between a woman and a duck. Oh, my God. And I had kids with her. All right. Thank you, MD. I'm sorry. Aren't there therapists up there in the spirit realm? Well, kind of. But that's not really how it works up here. All right. All right, MD. We'll talk to you later. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Garden. I'm sorry. 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 Here we go.
The distance that it might have been between where he would have been previous to your class. Do you have a class that was previous to yours, or you don't know?
No.
Specifically his class schedule for the days that your class was?
No, and it would have been, so all the grad classes, so the class for his PhD are always in the afternoon, 2 to 5, and we only have one a day. So it would have been the classes that he was TAing for.
Oh.
That he would have potentially been at before your class.
Yes, but been at to support, like not to teach, because he was not teaching yet, but yeah, to grade or...
So in that capacity, he would have been excused to leave that class to be on time for your class.
Oh yeah, and I checked in with his supervisor for that class, and he said, yeah, I've told him to just leave and be on time, and he kept not being on time. So
in your conversations with that other professor that he was TAing for, did he leave the class early enough to be on time, or did he continue to stay at that class?
He continued to stay in that class.
And was the class over when he would leave?
No. He would still have to leave.
So he would still have to leave that class early.
Yeah.
He just would not give himself adequate time to get to your class on time. Okay. Do you have any idea of why that would be?
I do. I know that the grad students have a poll.
Oh?
They literally started... Because as part of his PhD, he had 3 courses, right? 2 by females professor and 1 by a male professor. And they started compiling how late he was to the female professor classes versus the male. And we compare note in the last meeting.
Oh, I bet you did.
And literally late for every single class for the female professor, and not even late ones for the class with the male professor.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, and that, I mean...
So glad we're wasting our time doing that.
Again,
Why are we doing that? Who cares?
We don't know that.
No, you don't!
I don't respect you quite enough.
Okay.
We're making gigantic assumptions about things here, aren't we, guys?
Okay.
Gigantic.
Bring it up to him.
We're making huge assumptions about things just because we don't particularly like somebody. That's what we're doing here. So we decided we were going to have this unofficial knitting circle and waste our time and energy keeping track of Mr. Kohlberger when he was late for the female class versus the male class. That's what we're doing out here. Who cares? Who cares if he was fucking late to the female classes? Who cares? That's not evidence of anything. So what? There could be a million reasons why he was late to the female classes. It doesn't mean he hates the female. Lots of assumptions being made. Erroneous. Did anybody ever ask him, hey, Brian Kohlberger, why are you always late? Why does it seem you're always late to the 2 female professor courses? Did anybody ever fucking ask him that directly? Or do they just like to play games behind his back and think they're fucking smart because they got a little unofficial knitting circle together and waste their time and energy on this stupid shit? Who cares? Who cares why he was late? Maybe he just didn't like the class. It could be something as simple as that. Maybe he just didn't like the fucking classes. Maybe he happened to like the class with the male professor more. It could be something as simple as that, guys. Right? I don't know. I'll tell you what, though. If I was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what I would do in that situation, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it could be something as simple as that he didn't like the class. Okay? So he didn't really try to bother to get there on time. You know? Maybe he hated the classes. He could have totally hated them. You know, who knows? Right. Again, this is not an unusual theme in this case, where people just make gigantic leaps of reasoning in their, you know, that simply you are just maybe not true. Who cares? It doesn't mean he wants to kill people. Okay? That's not evidence of wanting to kill somebody. Oh my God. You're gonna have to do better than that. Okay? You're just gonna have to do better than that. I mean, that's pretty scary to think about. When you got these fucking weird ass fucking people taking polls behind your back because they're perceiving something that simply may not be there at all. That's called delusion. Maybe they're all deluded. I mean, they're certainly wasting their time and energy on doing this. Jesus. Where's the nefarious proof? There is none. There just isn't. What? I got a bunch of quote unquote offended girls or trans or whatever the fuck they consider themselves. They're all offended because he doesn't agree with their fucking ideology. And so they decide to go behind his back because they want to get some sort of passive aggressive revenge on this guy. For what reason? To waste their time and energy? Because they're offended because he doesn't agree with them? Is that what I'm hearing? It sounds exactly what I'm hearing, guys. And this professor, she should know better. This professor should know better than this. She's a professor. And she should know better not to partake in this kind of nonsense. Because it's juvenile fucking nonsense is what this is. These are supposed to be PhD graduate students. Okay? But it sounds like a great deal of them never made it out of middle school in their mentality. And that's scary. That's scary to me. And this professor, or any professor for that matter, should know better than to partake in this crap. If I would have known this, I would have fired her. Why are you going along with the children in the schoolyard? You're supposed to be the grown-up in the schoolyard. You're not supposed to be one of the children. So anyway, if I would have known this was going on, I may have considered trying to get rid of her. Or at least I would have fucking sat her down and say, you're supposed to be the grown-up in the schoolyard. Not a participant, you fucking moron. Seriously, seriously think about that. She went right along with it. Because she had some sort of passive-aggressive bone to pick with him too. And if you're going to be that way, you're going to be a professor and you're going to be that way, well, you shouldn't be teaching. You shouldn't be a professor. If you're going to be one of the school children, you shouldn't be a professor. Very simple. That's my opinion, but I feel that's accurate and valid. So what? So what that he was late? Who cares? Again, there could be a million reasons. Nobody, again, did anybody directly ask him or confront him about it? I don't know. It doesn't sound like it. They all want to be passive aggressive, little hens or maybe roosters, or maybe ducks in a knitting circle. Think about it. We are the greatest. We are the greatest. So, we are the greatest. Not that difficult. This is not difficult. Maybe I don't know. I don't get it. If I knew that was how the mentality was going to be at a school like that, I would have never gone. I would have never applied to go there. If I knew that's the kind of mentality that Washington State would have in their PhD criminology program, I would have never gone there, ever. If that's the kind of shit they're doing there, ever. It is childish, absolutely childish to be doing this stuff. Childish. So anyway, let's carry on. I'm still waiting for evidence. Okay, where's the evidence? Where is it? Where's the evidence?
One-on-one? Did you bring it up in front of the class?
Fucker.
I know you said the one instance where you referenced him being on time.
Yeah.
Did you ever call him out for it in the middle of
Well,
class?
that one, oh, you're on time today, it was right in front of everyone.
Passive aggressive.
Yeah.
You're being
When
passive
the one
aggressive.
did,
Right. That's what it's called.
when you would just argue and argue and argue, and I said,
Uh-huh.
there's, what did I say?
What else?
There is something to be said about a white male telling a grown female professor that he knows better. And then he gave me I have a gay friend, but I have worked with women before, and that's not what's happening. So
he corrected
kind
you.
of insight into his behavior, I would say.
Because you're making assumptions that aren't true, idiot. And he corrected you.
He would talk about it in class.
Okay.
A lot. And talked about working with...
So
I
what?
don't know, it's been in the media, but whomever the woman was that taught him and that had published, I don't know how many books on serial killers.
Who's more successful than you'll ever be? Yes? You mean her?
Okay. You said...
You mean Mrs. Ramsey?
Taught him about serial killers and
Mean her?
I think in his prior university, so I forgot the name.
Yeah, we're aware. Okay.
We're aware. Can we get this over with?
I'm sorry. I know I asked the question. I may have missed it.
Patricia.
Did you bring up him being late to him one-on-one? Did you guys you didn't have a
Oh,
conversation
see?
about that?
You never, see?
The comment about him being on time, you never confronted him about being...
So, that's a great question. You never confronted him about why he's always late to your class. No, I didn't. I like to play these little passive-aggressive child games. Or I like to play these passive-aggressive games and try to embarrass him in front of other people. Instead of being a grown-up and confronting him directly. See? Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. So what's your concern? People in denial. Well, we're not talking to them. They're in denial. So that we'll leave them there for today. So again, let's think about this. I like to play silly passive aggressive games, okay? But I won't directly go to the source and ask the source, why is this happening? She sounds like a great professor, doesn't she? Anyway, if I knew this was going on, I would definitely have a sit down with this one and correct her myself. Man or not. Duck or not. Oh my God. Talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. She drank the Kool-Aid. She drank the same Kool-Aid that the school children were drinking. Oh my God. Hey, Washington State University, Criminology Department. What are you doing? All right. Who are you employing? I mean, are you that hard up? Jesus. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. So, this is a great question, actually, that's being asked.
The comment about him being on time, you never confronted him about being late to your classes?
No,
Okay.
I didn't.
Because at some level, I'm going to be honest, class was just easier when he was not in there.
Oh.
But you know, the
Well, that's
week
good.
after the
What a
learners
great
that we had
professor.
missed, at the end of class.
Oh, now we get to the real reason.
A student came to me and said, "Oh my God, class was so much better today. Like just easier to navigate, kind of thing." So it was like a palpable. Oh, and physically in the class, we would circle around the table. So they would all circle and they would leave this empty space, and Brian would sit next to me every time. Like that's what I thought is him. But I'm pretty sure that was. I don't remember when that was. Now I'm like going to note every time a student has an injury. But
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you have anything?
Reverse sexism is a great satire. That's a great thing. Absolutely. That's what it sounds like.
For this entire time. Oh, what I'm thinking is
That's what it sounds like.
setting aside the potential for him being the suspect for 4 homicides, setting aside all the conversations we've had and your speculation after he was arrested. Tell me about Brian, your opinion, your thoughts, your emotion. Who is Brian Kohberger before all of this happened? If you can do that, it's difficult to step aside now because your time and actions have colored who we believe this kid is. Who was Brian before? Was he an asshole? Was he a nice person who was misunderstood? Was he a mess? In your own words, who is Brian Kohberger to you prior to all of this happening?
That's a horrible question. That's a horrible
This is a
question.
good question, and I will tell
That's
you
not a
why,
good question at
because
all.
We had a faculty meeting.
Not what I know about you.
At which time?
Not what you just told me.
of this.
That's a horrible
And
question.
we discussed every single one of our grad students. And he was the one that took the most time because he was highly problematic. And here's what I told my colleagues. I told
What's so
them,
funny about this?
he is smart enough that in 4 years we will have to give him a PhD. Like, he was not failing. He was not doing great, but he was like academically where you would expect a first-year PhD student to be. But I said, mark my word, I work with predators.
Oh.
If we give him
Like
a
who?
PhD, that's the guy that in that many years when he's a professor, we will hear
She's the
he's
one
harassing,
that said that.
stalking and sexually abusing.
She's the one that said
I
that.
thought would be his students at wherever university he ended. Because there was a performance issue in terms of TAing, a couple of us made the argument that that was the time to cut his funding and get him out. Because otherwise he was smart. I think that's probably the closest I can say to what my appraisal was of him as a person before we knew any of this. I thought he was a different type of creep.
Welcome, Tony
I
Stevens.
really kind of missed it in that lens, but he was stalking people.
Oh, he was
And
stalking people?
My thing was like, if we give him
How do you know that?
he gets to be a professor. Can you imagine what being a student of him would look like?
Oh my
Professors
God.
hold a lot of power over their students because you're controlling their future, the future
Exactly.
outcome of where they can and cannot go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some people abuse power. Some people treat it like it's
Okay. Oh my God. Funny. Patricia Ramsey never had that appraisal of him. Huh. That's funny. And she's way more successful than this one will ever be in her life. Ramsey never had that appraisal. Huh. Isn't that strange? Oh, by the way, she couldn't even confront him face to face about why he's late to her class. But she knows in 4 years, if we give him a PhD, well, oh my God. This is, again, absurd. 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 Fucking absurd. Fucking absurd. So I have one fucking idiot professor who should have been fired. Should have been fired. Okay? For discriminating against a male student because she didn't like the way he answered questions and went on a witch hunt because she didn't want to deal with him and try to convince other professors because she didn't know how to confront people. She didn't want him graduating or getting a PhD. It has nothing to do with working with predators. My guess is she never worked with predators. She probably, maybe one in her practicum. Okay, she probably had to. Okay? To get her PhD, she probably had to. She probably didn't want to. Because she doesn't even know how to confront one of her fucking students. And you're telling me she worked with sexual predators? I don't think so. I absolutely don't think so. Nope. Nope. So that's in my opinion, that's exactly what's that was going on here. Because she didn't know how to not be passive aggressive. She wanted to convince other professors that we should not allow him to get a PhD in well, I wouldn't say 4 years. I think that's wrong. But we shouldn't allow him to get a PhD. That is called discrimination. That's what that's called. And people get fired for that. And people get sued for that kind of behavior. Amelia Pendlenut. Amelia, we call that sexual harassment. That's what we call it. He just happens to be a fucking straight male. How do you like them apples? Ducks. Who the fuck knows? But that is called discrimination. She didn't have the fucking nerve to even talk to him one-on-one for 10 minutes about why he's late to her class. She couldn't even do that. And she worked with sexual predators? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can only imagine the work that she does with sexual predators, guys. They probably think to herself, wow, this is the most passive-aggressive female I've ever seen. Yeah. Welcome, TJ Love. So anyway, I think that's closer to what actually was going on here. She just told us. She just told us. Just because somebody, quote unquote, makes you uncomfortable doesn't mean they don't have a right to fucking graduate a PhD school. On what planet are you living on? Go back to fucking Russia or where the fuck you came from. Because in America, we call that discrimination. Gender bias. That's what we call it. We call it gender bias. Fucking professor. He just happens to be a goddamn male. A straight male. Who doesn't believe in marriages between a male and a duck. Oh, the fucking horror of it all. That is what was going on out there. That's what was going on out there with this one. Guaranteed. Guaranteed that's what was going on with this one. She did not know how to have dialogues, discussions, arguments like a good lawyer should be able to do. She didn't know how to do that. And it made her uncomfortable. I don't think, it sounds to me she was never a professor before until this very semester. That's what it sounds like to me, guys. Anyway, funny, Patricia Ramsey never had any weird vibes from the guy. Never felt uncomfortable around him. Funny how she could handle him, but this one can't. Weird. And she's a well-known fucking criminologist. Famous criminologist. So I don't know. Who are you going to believe? Are you going to believe the famous criminologist who's an actual expert in their field? Or are you going to believe Transylvania here, who's passive aggressive and can't even fucking confront their own students? Gee, I wonder which one I'm going to think is more credible here. I'll take a wild guess. Yeah. Anyway, that's what was going on here, in my opinion. That's what was going on here. And to me, it's quite obvious that's what was going on here. They're called witch hunts. They're called knitting circles. And it's called gender discrimination. Gender bias. Gender discrimination. That's what that's called. And if I knew that was going on, I would have fired her. Or I would have done my best to try to get rid of her. Or I would have put her on an action plan to not be one of the children in the schoolyard. You're a professor, not the child. Capiche? Capiche. Fuck you, Amelia Pendelnut. Go back to Russia. Okay? That is probably the best advice I could give this one. Go back to where your country was. Teach there. If American males make you so uncomfortable, go back to your home country. Deal with the males in your country. I'm sure you don't want to do that anymore. Not from Russia anyway. I'm not going to say the C word. Anyway. Hey guys. Hey, my garden. I wonder if the professor here knows, statistically speaking, because she teaches statistics about sexual violence. I wonder if she knows what the statistics were in 2022 for rape, things like rape, and other acts of sexual violence against women were in her home country in 2022. Let's say it was Russia. Guess what? It's astronomical. Astronomical. Because Russia is a country that essentially has very little laws to protect women against rape and other types of sexual violence. I wonder if the professor knew that, being statistical at all, or we just waste our time keeping an unofficial poll of when Mr. Koberger is late to my class or not. Professor, how do you like them fucking apples? I am the greatest, and my garden is the greatest, Professor. I wonder if she knew those statistics from her homeland, or where the fuck she came from. Probably not. Or if she did, she doesn't want to work in those countries. Nope. No. Nope. Well, that's why she's in America. Come on. Anything else?
Okay.
Go ahead, Professor.
I know that's not a lot long term. That's exactly what I wanted to know. What if you had the view ahead of time and what your view was separated out from this incident?
Yeah. So I mistakenly, and I did say in that meeting, because I was the logical choice for him to work with me because, again, of the closeness and research interest, and I said that I would not chair his dissertation. And if that meant, because that's, and we talked about this as
because he was a male
solution for kicking him out.
Kicking him out?
We were cutting his funding, right? And what that meant were he would not be paid for it anymore, but he could pay out of pocket to stay. But then our backup was, if he cannot form a committee, as in no one will chair your dissertation, which I would have been, we can kick him out this way.
Ah, you're going to do it that way. Oh, so you're going to do it that way, too.
Not share his
Right. All right. I got it.
I work with predators. Like, I don't.
You don't work with predators.
Kind of thing. And, actually, I made the joke about the predator thing, which.
Oh, that's a joke.
Is not great. But
no, it's not.
2020.
You should have been fired for discrimination.
This was your December staff meeting, though, when you guys were discussing your grad students.
Yes, it was the last one. I can find the exact date. It's all of our faculty meeting are on Wednesdays. I can find the date if that would be useful.
And during that, though, it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but it sounds like you guys were already looking at either trying to remove him from the program or get him to move on to another school, or...
Okay, the room was more divided than that.
So, I bet.
The core of us really felt strongly that we needed to just...
What's the core?
Act now.
What's the core? Who's the core?
Who's
the core?
Like,
who's the core?
That's rash, to be cutting someone's funding after just 4 months.
It's not rational.
The stalking behavior was not quite enough.
What's stalking behavior?
So, another colleague...
You haven't defined a stalking behavior.
Have a self-esteem issue, which really pissed me off because, so what? Like, okay, you have a self-esteem issue. That's on you to fix.
So do you.
Yeah.
You have more self-esteem issues.
Discussing pulling funding.
You can't even confront your student.
Okay, so this was unique.
Yep.
You've been there, what?
How long were you there for? See, they won't tell you that.
Occurred during your time.
They won't tell you how long she was there for, guys. They won't tell you that.
Their funding pulled, but that's literally because they stopped showing up to class. So Like, and it was much later. Like, it was not 4 months in.
So it's never been an active discussion to pull someone's funding or talk about if they cannot get their committee for their dissertation, they'll have to do something else.
Yeah.
Okay. If they cannot get their committee
Hang on.
for their dissertation, they'll...
Hang on.
Date. It's all of our faculty meetings are on Wednesdays.
Okay. Let's review this.
The date if that would be useful.
And during that, though, it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but it sounds like you guys were already looking at either trying to remove him from the program, get him to move on to another school.
The room was divided.
The room was more divided than that.
Okay.
So,
right.
A core of us really felt strong.
Who's the core?
To just, again, act.
You mean the trans?
Not everyone was so, like, that's rash to,
that is irrational.
After just 4 months.
It is.
Some people thought the stock
because we're gonna get sued.
Not quite enough. They wanted more. So,
again, sorry guys, I have to stop this for a second. Again, she keeps saying stalking behavior, but yet she has not defined what that is. She has not witnessed firsthand any stalking behavior. Not firsthand at all. But now we're throwing around terms like stalking. She should have been fired for gender discrimination. That's what should have happened here. And the professors who are saying, you know what, that's irrational, they're correct because it is irrational. Because if I was Brian Kohlberger, I would have sued the university for gender discrimination. You can't just throw around terms like stalking when you don't have any evidence of it. Especially firsthand evidence or firsthand knowledge, which she doesn't. She joined a delusional knitting circle. She joined the children in the schoolyard and forgot that she was a professor who was supposed to be an adult and who had the ability to confront people being late to their class. She doesn't even have that ability. And she wants to get rid of this guy. At least some of the professors were smart enough to recognize, wait a minute, we can't do that after 3 months. And not for any reason. Because we're going to get sued. And he would probably win that lawsuit, by the way. Because he has rights. Okay? Just because he's a white male who's straight, he's still got rights. And I think if that progressed in that fashion, I think he would have won I think he would have won a lawsuit against the school. Absolutely. Because this stupid bitch would get on the stand in a civil trial and say this stuff. And guess what? A good attorney would pick her apart. So, you're going to say things like this to her on the stand. So what you're telling me is you purposely discriminated against Brian Kohlberger because he was a male that you didn't like. Isn't that correct, Professor? And what is she going to say about that? Yes, because that's exactly what she says here. Bye-bye, Professor. I so wished that should have been the progression here. That should have been the progression then. And the closest we're going to get to that progression at this point is the civil lawsuit filed by the families against Washington State University. That's the closest we're going to see to this. It's totally different, I get it, but anyway, oh my God. Well, that's because he was stalking people. But I never seen any stalking behavior. Oh, but I like to throw around terms like that. You know, that ruin people's lives with no evidence. Funny how that is.
I have a self-esteem issue, which really pissed me off because
That pissed you off, huh?
Like,
You have the
okay,
self-esteem
issue,
problem.
that's on you to fix, but yeah.
You have the self-esteem problem, my dear. You're the one projecting, not Brian Kohlberger. I've been there for 2 months, but I don't know how to fucking measure that.
During your time here at the school.
I have seen someone else get their, their funding pulled, but that's literally because they stopped showing up to class.
Oh.
And it was much later. Like, it was not 4 months in.
So this was
right,
never
CB.
been an active discussion to pull someone.
No.
Talk about
Oh. You're right.
For their dissertation, they'll have to.
So okay. So there you go. Thank you, Merlin. There you go. Thank you, Merlin. So okay, I understand now. I understand better. So what she was trying to do was then she was trying to spearhead a movement to get other professors not to support a future dissertation that he was going to do. That was her backdoor plan. Got it. Thank you. That was her alternative plan here. Gee, I wonder who has the self-esteem issues. Gee, I don't know. Huh? Again, another fucking Muppet.
Very random detail. The night before, because we had a potluck for Christmas.
A potluck?
And I was late picking up my gift. So
oh, you were late?
Late the night before that party.
You were late?
I saw Brian there.
Hey, let's take a poll. You cunt.
So lost in thought that I had to wave at him for literally 2 minutes. And then I was like, okay, I don't think it's him. And at some point he saw me and just like... And the next day he came and apologized. But he was very, very much deep in thought. He was like, was that you, like, the day after? And I was like, yes, that was me. And it got to the point of awkwardness because I was like, okay, I think I have the wrong guy. Yeah, but anyways, it was very late that night. And I know that was past the murders and stuff.
Okay.
So what?
Solid.
So what?
Yeah, if you don't have...
Oh my God. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay.
This is I'm sorry. I am trying look. I have not ruled out Mr. Kohlberger for anything, okay? But this is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Listen to this. So I run into one of my professors at a fucking grocery store late at night, and And because this happens all the time to me, I was thinking, I was lost in thought or whatever she claims, that I didn't notice her waving at me. Wow, guys, that is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. Because it's every day I run into one of my professors late at night at a grocery store. Fucking ridiculous. I didn't think it could get any more absurd, but here we go. Every interview that comes out, it gets more and more and more ridiculous. It just does. Oh my God. I guess that's a reason why we should fucking fuck this guy's life for the rest of his life. That's just another reason. What a fucking cunt. The only person that has problems in this scenario is this one. I think she needs mental health help. It's called assertiveness training, first of all. Let's start with that. Hey, I think you need to go to mandatory assertiveness training, lady. Work on your confrontation skills. She claims to work with sexual predators. I don't think so at all. No way. No way.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
And all of these
What else?
insightful for this. It's
Insightful.
been a
Indeed.
case for this area. We don't see this around very often, thank goodness.
No, you...
However,
Well, yeah.
we might want just to verify.
Is that
Yeah,
the
we-
FERPA?
Opa.
They come to you in a professional.
Opa.
Yeah, boy. I'm gonna struggle. How's this? Would you reach out to this grad student? Are they grad? Okay. I'm assuming again we would have already had interviews with that individual. However, same thing as the one that came out crying.
The unicorn. Sorry, the unicorn. The duck. The duck.
Especially in the context
Who didn't like being told no.
that someone had broken into her house. She has interviewed. Just asked her the question if someone did you relay that during the interview?
Okay.
We would be interested. Extremely interested.
And
in something like that.
I remember telling her, I think you need to report this because it was so weird what was stolen that it seemed like to me.
Right.
And again, might be pure speculation. I have no.
No. Like this whole interview.
There's a lot
No.
that come to college campuses specifically for criminal activities like such, or they find an opportunity.
Witch hunt.
I know. Yeah.
Gender discrimination.
However,
Nah.
we don't know those reasons for certain, and everything needs to be
Passive aggressiveness.
that would be of interest.
Okay.
And I apologize, I already shut the recorder off, but you said that a female student came to you and reported, and this was September, October timeframe,
Yeah.
that somebody had broken in and stolen some intimate items.
Yes.
Uh-huh. It must have been Brian Kohlberger guy. Huh.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
And are you aware, did she report this?
No.
I did not. I remember telling her, I really think it needs to
She's
be
a professor, guys.
police radar because there's a theory with escalation, specifically with fetish burglaries, right? Where,
Uh-huh. Okay.
but
What else?
yeah, I don't know that she did.
Okay.
Did she share with you what was taken?
I remember.
Well, we can take a guess.
But I'm not, again, like,
Okay.
it's not super clear in my head.
Okay.
I hope so too, Satire. I wanna make sure her gender discrimination is on full display. There you go. Wow. Well, there you go, guys. You're all right. What do you think about that one?
To be honest,
Wow.
sometimes I actually have no idea what's going on until.
Wow. Okay, there you go. I love you. Just when you thought it couldn't get any more absurd, well, here we go. Oh my God. Wow. I don't know what else to say. What else are we gonna say about it? I think we hit the nail pretty well on the head with this one. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Wow. That's really bad. That's really no wonder he fucking felt uncomfortable. I would too. I'm thinking to myself, how many males, how many straight white males were actually attending the PhD criminology program during this time? It seems to me like not many. That's just a guess, but it seems to me like not many. It seems like most were female or whatever they call themselves, ducks, and like foreigners, you know, like people I can't relate to. That's what it sounds like to me, but I wasn't there, so I'm just saying. That's what it sounds like to me. Wow. Not only that, I'm not only a fish out of water, I'm a fish out of water to begin with. You know? Because I'm coming from Pennsylvania and moving practically across the entire country to go to your school that I don't recognize anybody who appears similar to me in any way, shape, or form. That's another point here. Including the professors. Except perhaps one that I have, who's male. That's it. I got one male fucking professor out of 3 classes. So anyway, whatever. Yeah. Well, I could see the incel crap. Yeah, there you go. I can readily see that too after this kind of shit. When I throw terms out like stalker and rapist with no evidence or proof. Like shit like that. From a goddamn fucking professor, no less. Yeah. I love how they redact. Here's another thing I love. I love how they redact how long she worked for the university for. I love how they redact that fucking piece. No reason to redact that. There is no reason to redact that. Why are we redacting that? And she doesn't know how to measure that either, by the way, guys. In the very beginning of the interview, she laughs and says, "I'm not sure how you measure that." Right? Funny. Now that's actually funny, actually. The rest of this is not funny, but anyway. And she's a statistics professor. Okay. All righty. There you go. That's a great question. We should look at that. That's a great question. If she was on the witness list or not. That's a great question. Good question. I'm going to note that, by the way. In many ways, I hope she was. It would expose her. Again, you have to have a good defense team, though. You know, but it wouldn't have been difficult to expose her and her discrimination bias. That would not have been hard to do here. She doesn't have any evidence. She has no first-hand account information of anything. She went right along with the delusion, the knitting circle. She played passive-aggressive games. She acted like one of the children in the schoolyard instead of a professor. I don't think it would have been very difficult to make her look like a complete fraud. That's true. That's true, TJ. He didn't do anything to her. Nothing. He didn't do anything to her. He didn't say anything malicious to her. He didn't say, "I'm going to kill you." Or, he didn't say, he didn't do, you know what I'm saying? He was not, there's no overt danger that he displayed to her at all. But she wanted to get rid of him because she did not know how to deal with her own passive aggressiveness. The only person I think who needed therapy in this situation was her. Maybe she needs to take a course like EST Okay? Right? Like est. Welcome, Sarah Gentry. You know what? You know what? You know what's interesting? You know what else is sick about this? Anyway, how about this? Maybe all she had to do was have a 10-minute sit down with the guy and say, Brian, I don't appreciate that you're late to my class every week. I need you to come to my class on time. Is that okay with you? Do you understand? You know, if we would have just had a simple fucking conversation, he probably would have changed his behavior. Just like he changed his behavior before. But she couldn't even do that. And she calls herself a professor. But she couldn't even have a 10-minute conversation with the guy. How disgusting is that? But she wants to go on a witch hunt and run this guy out on a rail, but she can't even sit down and have a 10-minute honest conversation with him. If that is not absurd and disgusting, I don't know what is here. And the point is, she should not be a professor at all in any capacity teaching. You have to have the ability to confront your students face to face, one-on-one. You have to have that ability. You have to have that ability to be a professor. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're right. Except we're playing stupid games with the rest of the school children. Taking unofficial polls. Doing dumb shit like that. Christ, I had a professor when I was being educated. I had a professor who scared the ever-living shit out of me. Scared the living balls out of me. Scared the fucking piss out of me. But I'll tell you what. Those are the kind of people, okay, that I respected this professor. I was scared to be in his office, okay, because he scared the shit out of me. But I actually, when I look back on it, I wish I had more conversations with him. That's what I wish, because I actually learned something. But he scared the ever-living shit out of me. So, what is the moral of the story here? I'm serious. When I think back about it now, I do. I really wish I had more one-on-one conversations with him. So anyway, just because somebody makes you feel uncomfortable doesn't mean they're a fucking murderer or a rapist or going to cause harm to you, professor. She of all people should know that. Christ almighty. Welcome, my nature. I had a few professors who intimidated the living shit out of me. I did. But those were the professors that those were the professors who I would take their classes. Jesus. And what's strange is when I think about those times, these are the professors that I think about the most. I can't even remember some of the ones that I had. But I remember certain few, and those certain few were the ones that scared the shit out of me. And I have fond memories of that. Good grief. What the fuck has happened? What has happened? What happened in 2022, guys? Oh my God. Oh, those are the kind of professors teaching now in our fucking country. Ridiculous. Yeah. Yes, indeed. So, anyway, and I think probably at least one of them is dead at this point, because that was a long time ago. So, I'm sure at least one or two of them are dead at this point, you know. So, but anyway. Yep. It's like, wait. Why was I so afraid of these people? Well, it's because I knew they had a lot of knowledge, and they already. It's because I knew that they knew a lot of things that I didn't know. That's why I was a student, and they certainly let me know that they were the professor, and I was the student. And they weren't going to let their students dictate what they did, or how they thought, or what they felt, because they were the professors. They were the masters. They were not the student. We used to be able to recognize the difference between masters and students. Not anymore, apparently. At least not in Washington State University in 2022. I think they forgot their identity. Their identity. You know, identity? Quick break. Fuck yes. All right, there you go. So that ends that one. All right, let's carry on. Yeah. Anyway, let's carry on. I hope you like that analysis. You know. Anyway, it made me think of my own stupid days, my own school days. Oh my God. Oh, the places you'll go. There you go. Oh, fuck you. Fucking hell. Oh, sorry, guys. There you go, sorry. Oh, yeah. Right. There you go. All right, what do you guys want to do? You want to do anything else? You want to do any little thing else, guys? Hey, Gen X, baby. Don't forget Gen X. Don't forget Gen X. The second greatest generation next to, the greatest generation. We're the second greatest generation. People will say the baby boomers. Well, yeah, all right, maybe. We're the third greatest generation, guys. I'm sorry. We're the third greatest generation. Hey, the boomers did give us a lot of good things, so we can't forget that. Well, like our lives and stuff, but well, yeah. But otherwise, and maybe a couple beatings here and there if we got out of line. But anyway, or maybe a lot of beatings. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not arguing the morality of that. Anyway, do you guys want to do a little more, or what? Do you want to get into something else? Well, anyway, it cost me $400, guys. It cost me $400. I didn't have the money.
I thought to myself, join the...
That's right, baby.
Zitsky.
All right, guys. How many times can I show that clip? I don't know. I could show the one where we were at the bingo parlor at the YMCA, and things got out of hand, and I can show you that one. Oh my God. Oh dear, oh dear. All right, let's move on to something else, and then we'll pick it up. All right. Like this. That's right, 6-week course. 6 weeks. But, sometimes we, when we're at the bingo parlor at the YMCA, things kind of happen sometimes, and, like this. Death before disco.
Well, sir, we were going to the bingo parlor at the YMCA. Well, we ended up... Shut up.
Okay, sure. All right. There you go. All right. Sorry, I had to show that to you. All right. Yeah. Death before disco. All right. Anyway. All right. Enough fun and games. Oh my God. God damn, what? No. No. Oh dear.
The DQ Blizzard double flip.
All right, let's carry on.
Now, at McDonald's, a sausage burrito is $1.50.
Oh my God.
So while ordering...
Jesus. All right, let's carry on. What do you guys want to do? Well, let's look at
process. It's almost the same every time, but this was just slightly different, slightly more involved. And,
Not that. What's this? Wait. What is this? Okay. All right. Let's see what this is.
Everything's there. Statuses, timelines, budgets.
Well, looks like Brian Koberger is one step closer to getting a new trial.
Maybe we should do that. You want to do Connor? We could do Connor. We could do Jesse Weber. Aubrey Gonzalez breaks her silence as new Netflix doc revisits the Idaho murders. You want to talk to Aubrey? We can talk to Aubrey if you like. See what she has to say. I'm sure we'll do that eventually. Do I really want to cover the Gonzalez anymore? Probably not. All right. No, should we jump to another sorority person?
time is it? 3:00.
You guys want to jump to a sorority chick? All right. You guys want to get to Aiden? All right. You want to get to Aiden? All right. Let's do Aiden. We'll see how far we get with Aiden. All right. I'm gonna put this card up since we're switching to a new thing. Insecure. Okay. All right. I think that might be a good one. Sorry. All right. All right. Let me do this. Anyway, yeah, let me do this. Wow. Sorry. Still processing that other bullshit. Anyway, all right, let's carry. Wow. All right, so we got Aiden McEntee. 5 days after the murders, according to the title. Now, that's not always accurate. So we're going to say Aiden M. We'll get to that. 26 minutes, not too bad. 26 minutes, not too bad. I think we could knock that out if I don't fucking interrupt. But we do have to analyze, so anyway, all right. Or else I'd be a parrot. Sometimes we just have to rebuild that energy up. Gotta rebuild the energy up to deal with the rest of the fucking nonsense that we get into here. All right, here we go. Aiden McEntee. I'm guessing she's a sorority girl. I haven't seen this yet. So we'll see what happens with her. I hoping that we get more stories from Dylan and Bethany, but we'll see.
Coming down.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate you coming in. This is obviously about.
Who are you? Wait, who are you?
What time is it?
I don't know.
Thanks for coming down.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate you coming in.
Oh boy, here we go.
Obviously about.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Right. So, real quick, because we're kind of getting some stuff relayed from the place that are working up there to, obviously everyone or a lot of people left school and a lot of people live down here. So,
in Boise? Oh God. So who's doing the interview? I'm not quite sure. They don't announce themselves.
And I'm not very familiar, distance-wise, how far do you think it is? Like,
I have to go back to the document.
Or is it?
Probably like 10 feet. There's like a stairway that leads to
so it's like
our
right there.
apartments. Yeah, it's like a white.
Backside?
Yeah, the backside. It's like a white complex.
Okay.
So if this is their house, you're just up here on the hill?
So no, if you walk straight, there's like little stairs that go down right here.
Oh,
so it's the white buildings. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The whites?
Okay, and they call that the whites, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No! No! Oh, here we go.
Hearing people talk about different stuff.
Here we go. Here we fucking go. Oh my God. No, I'm not showing the same clip. But I could show it to you a million times, though, with this fucking shit. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Oh my God. Yeah. See, this is what happened. Oh dear. Go ahead, Tyrone. Tyrone, go ahead. It's very important that the garden knows your story, and it does touch. It crosses over part of my life, and all right, here we go, Mrs. Mrs. John Dame, and here we go. Oh my fucking God. Mrs. John. Oh my God. Tower of London. Tower of fucking London. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Tyrone, come on. She still wants the fucking war, Master Nature. And MD ain't gonna give up. This is a war of attrition at this point. Anyway. Never mind. All right. Sorry. No, not the whites.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
All right, let's go.
About that earlier today. And
I don't know the actual name of it. It's just words.
everybody calls it.
Yeah.
And then, are you?
Of course not.
In any sorority up there?
No.
Okay.
Oh, she's not in the sorority, guys.
The reason I asked is
what?
I know there's most of
you idiots are.
belong to like maybe one of two or three.
Most of the people we talk to are complete idiots. They belong to the sorority. And the fraternity.
I did my I did my sophomore year.
Okay.
Oh. Never mind.
So of the
No, I'm working on it, Dame. No, I'm working on it, Dame.
Maddie, Kayla.
I'm getting there. I know. Thank you for reminding me. I'm getting there.
But we've talked.
I know.
So you see him around, maybe talked to him a couple times, but
I know.
you didn't really know
I
him.
promise. I know.
Yeah, Maddie and I were the closest of all of them.
Okay. So you and Maddie were close. Are you guys same year or? Okay.
Close with Maddie.
And
close with Maddie. But I don't know anything about her. Ha! Funny.
No, I wasn't in the sorority, so I lived with and my sophomore year, and they were always over. But I went to Maddie's and Xana's quite often, and Kaylee's.
Okay.
I was over there. I was usually with them all the time.
Oh, okay. With them all the
Were
time.
you up there for game day? This is just last weekend?
Yes, but
Okay. I know that there was all kinds of parties and hangings out and whatnot.
No, I'm glad you're reminding me. I know. I've been thinking. I know. I know.
Okay.
But the party that they
It's good you remind me.
with the picture of like the 6 of them. So I went out and said hi, but no, I wasn't.
Okay.
I didn't go out till the night at the bars.
Okay. And did you go to the corner club that night with them, or did you just see them there? Or
Speaking of ducks,
I didn't go out till
speaking of geese,
Okay. And did you go to the corner club that night with them, or did you see them there?
Weird.
No, so I went with my friend. And when we got there, we found Maddie and Caitlin.
Okay.
Can we leave the geese out of the interview room, please? Thank you very much. Oh my God. Yes, we're in Idaho. Jesus Christ, guys. No, seriously, you hear that? You hear the quacking?
Night with them, or did you just see them there? Or
No, so I went with my friend. And when we got there, we found Maddie
Can we
and Caitlin.
leave the geese out?
Did you know that they were there? Because I know Maddie liked to text people and say, "Hey, come down here. I'm here. Let's meet up here. Whatever." Yeah. Or did you just happen to run into them?
Usually, we just kind of saw each other.
Okay.
But usually, sometimes she texts me, sometimes she wouldn't.
Okay.
Kind of just depends. But that time, no.
So you guys are all at the corner club. Were you kind of hanging together at the club?
Oh, the whole time, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Then, do you remember what time they left?
So I was supposed to go home with them.
Okay.
And I don't know, I got a weird feeling, so I decided to get a ride home with them. I want to say...
You got a weird feeling. What kind of weird feeling did you get?
About 1:15.
Why did you get a weird feeling?
Is when you left?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not for sure.
And they were still at the...
But yeah, they stayed.
What was the weird feeling?
To get a ride with someone else.
Who gave you a ride home?
The question is, what made you have a weird feeling?
But my friends.
Good fucking Christ.
Got it. Okay. And then, when they got home, could you? I mean, you live close. Could you tell when people started showing back up at the house? You know, because noise and whatnot, or.
So we went to our friend's apartment.
Went to our friend's apartment.
Music, but we didn't hear anything.
Didn't hear nothing.
So you don't know what time they got back home or any of that stuff?
Okay. No, but I do know they went and got food after at Grub Truck.
Okay. Do you know it because of the video that's going around, or did you know that anyway?
I mean, a little bit of both.
Okay. Fair
enough. Oh my God. What gave you the weird feeling not to go home, not to get a ride back with them? Why aren't we asking that question, guys? I know they're not real homicide detectives, okay? But
at the time,
that's an obvious one.
Crime happened around 3. You could see right out their window to Maddie's house.
Okay.
Oh, really?
They also had their blinds shut, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know that. She knows that.
Different cars or anything parked by their house that night or anything like that, or early in the morning or any of that? Okay. So you were at the So you weren't at your apartment. You were down a few over.
Mm-hmm.
What time did you go back home? Or did you stay there?
No, I went home around, I think it was around 3:30.
Okay.
3:45.
Okay, so you went home. Were people still showing up back from bars and parties and stuff at that point in time, or were you kind of?
Some of the Sigma guys came over from the house because we were in like a Sigma Chi apartment.
Okay.
But other than that, no.
Did you see Xana and Ethan?
Bars or anything.
Okay.
No.
When you left the party, is it like an internal apartment type thing, or do you actually like go outside to go back to your place?
I had to like walk outside, and since there's on the top floor,
so
you just go down the stairs and then you walk straight.
So when you walk outside,
She did say
you
that.
see the house on.
They all had weird feelings that night, but nobody asked them about it.
Did you?
Nobody asked them.
Summer, or did you just go up for the semester?
Just for the semester.
Okay.
Nobody asked about the weird feelings or the premonitions.
Have you heard any problems that?
Or the weird dreams the night before.
Or, Xana were having with anybody.
Or the pre-planning of the murders. Nobody asked anything.
So that's what's kind of weird. But I did report. I called the police station. I don't know if it was here or the one in Moscow, whatever the number was.
Probably the one in Moscow.
Yeah.
Is probably who got it. So
call the police station.
It was pretty weird at the bar.
At the bar?
Yeah.
Cole
Yeah.
Barenberg?
Do you remember a name or anything like that, or did you know him? Or?
So it kind of started because when I walked into the bar, I went to order a drink,
Uh-huh.
and the guy was like kind of pushing me against the bar.
Oh.
And I was like, "Can you please stop?" And he just kept doing it.
Oh.
And some of our friends noticed, and they're like, "What is this guy's deal?"
Mm-hmm.
And then Maddie walked up to me and introduced me, and she's like, "This is blah blah blah." I can't remember his name because we meet so many people.
Sure.
But,
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, nice to meet you." Like, I didn't know it was her friend. And then I noticed the guy was following them around the bar.
Uh-huh.
And I was
What
like,
else?
It's pretty weird. So I told Maddie. Maddie's like, "Yeah, he's not actually my friend. We just have a class together, and we're doing a group project." And I was like,
Oh.
like, following us
Jack
around
Showalter.
was really weird. And then
Jack Showalter.
grabbing girls like by their butts and like grabbed my stomach, and I tapped on him like,
Wait a minute.
"If you keep touching girls, like we're gonna have an issue. Like I'm gonna have to tell someone." And he just blinked, like stared at me weird, and then proceeded to spit on me and my friend.
Oh.
And kicked out of the club.
Okay.
That's not Jack Showalter then, is it?
Talking and spitting, or like.
Like was
So we're talking... Right. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we're not talking about Jack Showalter, right? I don't think we are. No. We're... Right? We're talking about Cole Barenberg, right? That's who we're talking about, correct? Right? Cole. He's the idiot who was grabbing women, spitting on women, right? This is what we're hearing now. We read all this before. Right? Because nothing ever bad happens in Moscow. But no, we're talking about Cole Barenberg, I think. Remember? We did that a long time ago about spitting on women, defecating ourselves at the corner club. Remember? I think it's the same fucking guy. Right? He was spitting on women, grabbing women. He defecated on himself at the corner club. It's the same fucking guy. It's the same inbred. Right? But you're right, Dame Celestine. Still not Brian Kohlberger. Anyway, good point. Not Brian Goldberger.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Like we turned around and I just like heard spitting noises, and he was just standing there like spitting.
Spitting on people.
He seemed pretty
Just
smashed.
that's typical of Idaho, by the way, guys. Hey, Steve, that's typical of your state. You fucking inbreds. Drunk fucking inbreds who like to do coke, meth, fucking heroin.
So it seemed different than just
Steve.
Somebody who was hammered.
Yeah, he seemed off.
He seemed weird and hammered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dangerous.
And then he got thrown
Spitting
out.
on people.
Yeah, I didn't see him get thrown out because we went outside to the outdoor area. I did.
Okay.
But I was told that he got kicked out. I didn't see him again.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Then what happened to him? What happened, Cole?
Anybody else weird or creepy around? Follow anybody? Anything like that?
Not that I noticed, but I did remember him because you don't really have those issues that much.
Sure. I can tell you that he has been talked
Yeah, right.
to, and he's very cooperative. And so if that helps you or anything,
Not really.
put it out because I know that there's a lot
Because you're
of,
not real homicide detectives. So no, that doesn't make me secure at all.
and
I
speaking
still
to
think
that,
you're a bunch of morons.
rumors going around that you think are of note are worth.
You couldn't solve a fucking paper bag
I know that some
with
of it
with
is
the
just people
with the top open.
guessing and making stuff up, but
Yeah.
sometimes there's some stuff in there that has a little truth in it or whatever. So
I mean, I don't know. A lot of it's just hearsay.
okay,
Like, I can't even say if it's accurate or not because there's so many different stories of what did and what didn't happen.
Uh-huh.
I know I was close with all the girls, but,
Okay.
unless my friends, because I'm really close with Reese and all them.
Okay.
So unless they told me, I just don't really take it as
okay.
anything. But I did know there was, like,
I don't know who's interviewing her. They never announced themselves.
to hear about that. That's all.
We have to go back to the document.
And we've also talked to him. He's also very cooperative.
Yeah.
Did you hear any? We heard this this rumor, and we're just asking people about it to see if there's any validity to it. About maybe somebody having some kind of stalker or something like that.
Here we
going on.
fucking
Did you
go.
hear anything like
With
that?
the stalker.
I've heard briefly. No one really knows, though. I've only heard it twice. But
Uh-huh.
each time it's been a different girl stalker. Someone that's survivors.
Right.
So there's nothing.
Dylan Mortensen, for example.
Yeah.
Dylan had a stalker too, guys.
I did hear someone say that some guy used to follow Kaylee on her walks with the dog.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, he was hanging out behind the big garbage
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
What'd you do with him?
Okay.
Did you talk to
How
him?
about drug use in their apartment? Do you know about any?
They never did drugs.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Here we go. Here we go. Nobody ever did drugs. Then we talked to somebody, and Kaylee's been a coke addict for 2 fucking years. Okay. On and on. Nobody knows anything. Everybody gets a different story, depending who you're talking to. Everybody's best friends with somebody, but they don't know who they are. On and on and on. So this one thinks nobody ever did any drugs. Oh my God. Again, they all think, I think here's part of the problem, guys. A lot of them all think that they're best friends or good friends, but they don't really know, they don't know these people. Well, of course we know that. That's part of the problem here. You know, when it comes to Maddie and Kaylee, the only people that know them are themselves, is Kaylee and Maddie. And Jack DeCour, perhaps, Jack DeCour. So, anyway, let's carry on.
That wasn't their thing at all.
Okay.
Yes, it was. With some of them, yes.
Yeah, because I was supposed to go home and hang out with them there.
Was there?
Oh, you were?
Was there always a lot of people just coming and
Wait.
going?
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Did pretty much every
Again. So she just said, I was supposed to go home with them. Right? I was supposed to go home with them. Let me just see.
there always a lot of people just coming and going and
Yeah.
so did pretty much everybody know like the combination down at the front door on the bottom level, or where did everybody come in?
So it kind of depends. Like, if Maddie would call, if I needed like borrow a shirt, I'd call Maddie and she'd be like, okay, here's the code, just type it in. But if it's like a strange, like, you know, someone they're not
Anyway,
super close with,
she's supposed to go
they
home.
often left their back door like open. Like, I'd walk around
With the slider?
Yeah, if that
by
was
by the kitchen?
So if that front door wasn't working, I'd always walk around, just walk in the kitchen.
So was it pretty common that wasn't locked? It was just kind of open all the time?
Yeah, unless they were having, I mean, sometimes during their parties too, it'd be locked, but usually every time I went there, the front was locked.
And since you spent a bunch of time there, I'm asking this.
Oh my God.
Were there always people?
That's
just
not.
coming and going?
That's not what they fucking asked you. Fucking
Sometimes
idiots.
during their parties too.
They're asking about the slider door.
Walk in the kitchen.
So was it pretty common that wasn't
The
locked,
slider
just
door.
kinda open all the time?
Yeah, unless they were having, I mean, sometimes during their parties too, it'd be locked, but usually every time I went there, the front was locked.
And
But what?
since you
Jesus
spent a bunch
Christ.
of
Never
time
mind.
there,
Never
I'm
mind.
asking this, were there always people just coming and going, or was it usually just the same people that, you know, some sorority member friends and stuff like that?
Uh-huh.
I'd say it was never people we didn't know.
Uh-huh.
It was
Right.
always, like, we always were friends or we knew of, or some girl in the house was friends with the people that came, so it was usually the same people.
Uh-huh.
Usually they were close to either.
Doesn't sound like Brian Kohlberger.
Was it usually...
Hey, Cy Ray. Doesn't sound like Brian Kohlberger was in the house ever. You fucking Muppet, liar,
During their parties.
sellout, fraud.
Other than that, it was always people they knew.
Did they have a party that day at the house?
No. The only party I saw them at was the one next to my apartment. And that was all Greek life, too. It was like a pretty close-knit party.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Did you see Zan and Ethan there? I don't know.
How about the day before? Like, Friday?
Right.
I was at the bar, so I wasn't aware of any house parties.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if Sigma Chi had a party that night or not. I think they did Saturday, maybe. I don't know. I personally don't go to the house parties anymore.
This is only 5 days after the murders.
Maddie and Kaylee.
I think you should remember something.
But I know Xander and her boyfriend would go to house parties if they were
Xan-
still underage.
Okay. Uh-huh.
How come you don't go to house parties anymore? Out of curiosity.
Because I go to the bar.
On the house party. Like, if it's Maddie's in there, I'll come by. Or if it's like a birthday and stuff. But usually we just kind of, like, as the younger kids flow in, the older kids just kind of go to the bar. But sometimes
Right.
we'd go to Sigma Chi or the Delts if they were our close friends, and we'd go.
Okay.
But I wouldn't go to, like, a random house party or anything like that.
Got it.
Got it.
Can you think of anything that would be helpful for us going forward?
Yeah.
Talk to Dylan.
So I know what's going to He did call me and text me at 3:04
What?
a.m. So
Can I talk to you about my weird feeling?
At 3:04, he texted you?
Yeah.
Just out of the blue, or was he asking something specific?
No,
or
he was just asking what I was doing and where we were at.
did he think you were still with everybody, or?
No, well, so he went. I know he was at Grub Truck with them, so I personally don't know
Jack
who he was
Showalter.
with when he texted me, but we were still. I don't think he knew who I was with either, really. But
Okay.
I grew up with Jack, so.
Jack Showalter, right. Okay, Jack
You know
Showalter.
most of the Sigma Chi guys?
A majority of them. Once again.
Uh-huh. You know any sober bros? You know any sober bros who lie to your face and say they picked up the girls at the grub truck? You know any of them?
I think he was over at the apartment with me actually for a little. He was one of the kids that came over.
Oh, here we go.
During the Sigma guys.
One of the kids.
During that time frame. But I don't know where they were at before or where they. I know they went home after.
Okay.
But
He was with your, you say your...
not the time. He was with a bunch of his Sigma Chi
okay.
friends, but he was over there with us.
So they were all friends with Ethan then?
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So, Jack texted you at 3, a little after 3. Were you still up at the time?
Yeah, we were in our friend's apartment still.
Okay.
But
Was he just looking for something to do?
I didn't answer his call, but I responded to his text. He said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "We're playing pong." And then his response was, "Where at?" And I didn't respond.
Okay.
That was at 3:04.
Okay.
Okay. You're right, yeah. So he was looking to party some more. After the girls blew him off.
Was there any other text with any of the girls later after you left them, right?
After you left them. All right. Real quick. Another minute. We got about 8 minutes left of this, so this is going by pretty quick. It's good. Yeah. So Showalter was blown off. He's texting her because he knew that she was with the other two girls, right? So he's texting her and says, "Hey, where are you at? What are you doing? My plans fell through. We didn't go to John's Alley. We were supposed to go to John's Alley, but Maddie and Kaylee, those bitches, they blew me off and went home." That's what that is, and he didn't want to stop partying for the night. So there we are. Yep, there you go. Oh my God. Hey guys, can we go back to the weird feeling I had about people possibly getting murdered? Can we revisit that? Because she's not the only one that had a weird feeling that night. They must all have psychic abilities. No, some of the girls must have psychic abilities. But we never asked them about it. Moscow police. Idaho State. Again, not real homicide detectives. So, of course, we miss the obvious questions. For instance, if somebody says to me, I was with two of the murder victims that night, and I decided not to go back to their house with them because I had a really strange feeling about something. I think I'm going to ask them about the strange feeling they had. But that's just me. Okay, right? Yes. Of course you're going to ask about it. So anyway, I'd like to go back to the strange feeling that she had. Like, what gave you a strange feeling? Did you have a premonition that something bad was going to happen that night? What was the premonition? I mean, is it that difficult to ask the question like that? Is it that difficult to confront somebody? And we're not even confronting her. I'm just saying, is it that difficult to ask us a question? She started with that. She started with that, and we don't even ask her about it. Again, it's just another example, and we got to beat a dead horse with this. Okay, we got to reinforce people's thick fucking skulls. These are not real homicide detectives. They should have never been involved in this case. Okay? Period. We know that is true. Okay. So, we miss obvious questions that may give us some insight into why certain people had, a sort of weird feeling that something really bad was going to happen that night to people. To the girls. But we never fucking bother to ask these questions. And that's why every expert, who's worth their salt here in this case, will tell you the same thing. This was one of the worst investigated homicide cases in the history of true fucking crime. You don't allow inbreds with no training, no homicide experience to investigate a case like this. I might as well stick one of the bubonic plagues on this. They probably do a better fucking job, actually. I mean, how about this, guys? Maybe they do ask her at the very end, but I doubt it. We'll see. What if you ask her this question? Well, what gave you that really strange feeling? Huh? And she says something like this to you. Well, I don't know. Somebody made a comment to me when I was at the corner club, when I was in the bathroom, that, how about this? What if she says something like, I don't know, I overheard somebody saying that they really wanted to hurt some girls tonight. What if she said that to you? And that's what made her decide not to go home with that. You never know this stuff. I know, we got to repeat it, though. We got to repeat it for people in denial. That's why we have to repeat it. But yeah, we've heard this before. We've heard parts of this, We've heard other people have really weird feelings and bad feelings and, people making them feel uneasy and people deliberately spitting on people and grabbing them and acting like complete sexual predators, not named Brian Koberger, right? Well, Brian Koberger was never proven to be a sexual predator. There's no evidence of that. So, you know what I mean? But you get it. You get it. Hello, this is Chris McDonough. All right, guys, let's finish it off. Let's finish it off. No more breaks. Let's finish it off. Get on. Finish out our week. All right, let's get on. Here we go.
Before you found out the next day, did you have any communication with Maddie or Kaylee or anybody?
No, I saw some of their social media posts like on Snapchat, but that was about it.
What kind of
that is assault. That is assault.
On her story, it was just a picture of her and Maddie at Grove Truck.
Okay. Nothing else on their social media or whatever.
No, other than that giant photo that's going around of all of them. But,
that Dylan posted, right? The picture that Dylan posted, correct? Remember, Dylan posted that picture.
Do you have any speculation on what you think might have happened?
Hey, what's your speculation?
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like...
Good.
In my opinion...
Yeah.
Well, not really in my opinion, but...
Well, who's pitting?
I mean, it's just weird.
Are you somebody else?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Well, it's not really my opinion, but I'm the one giving it to you. Well, who are you? Are you a duck too? Sorry, guys. Cover your eyes. They may burn a little bit from the shit I'm spraying in it. That's not how it works, Master Nature. Thank you, MD. Spitting, grabbing body parts. Yeah, that's called assault. last time I checked.
I was
Yep.
a little confused about the survivors.
Me too.
Because I'd heard that they were awake.
Uh-huh.
I have no clue of who it could be. I mean, I feel like it's someone we're going to know just because.
Uh-huh.
We've heard
it makes sense.
We've heard that they didn't have a problem with entry.
Well, disregarding like that stuff that you've heard, of the four of them, who would you say would, may have had like the biggest potential for having some issues with some people?
I wouldn't say.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to stop it so much, all right? But they asked her opinion on what she thought happened here, right? Am I right? That's what they asked her. So the minute she brings up the minute she brings up Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk, they immediately want to change the subject. Do you notice that? They immediately want to divert from that, even though they asked her opinion, because none of these people want to they all want to protect Mortensen and Hobbit. All of them. So they divert from her opinion that they asked her to give, and they don't want her to discuss that. They want to discuss something else. How does that work? But that's what they did there. Just that little bit. So they say to her, forget that. Forget your suspicions about Dylan Mortensen and Bethany. Forget your suspicions about them. Forget your instincts about them. Forget it. Forget your instincts. Okay. We want you to focus on the four people who were murdered. See? Tricky little fuckers, aren't they? Tricky little bastards. They're not that bright, but I'm saying they're tricky little fuckers. So then why the fuck did you ask me my opinion, you cock? See? Every time, it seems, people start going with their instincts about the roommates that survived. We want to cut it off as soon as possible. And she says, well, and this is reasonable to think, it's somebody that they knew, which is totally reasonable to think that. Because it's illogical and unreasonable to think a random stranger who doesn't know any of these people would go into their house at random and murder them. She's correct. And what these fucking non-homicide fucking detectives are doing is essentially saying to her, we don't want you to follow your instincts on this. That's essentially what they're saying here. And we are the greatest. That's what that is. Welcome, Mad Chad. You know? They immediately want to cut off any dialogue when it comes to Dylan and Bethany. Immediately want to cut it off. Yeah. Even though that is rational, reasonable, and logical to follow that instinct. Absolutely. Because the other scenario doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. It's illogical. It's not reasonable. Exactly, and this reminds me of this. It's exactly like the reporters in the very beginning of this case. Exactly, that's what it reminds me of. Who were asking about the survivors and their behavior that night. And And they didn't have an answer for that either, except to deflect away from the question. Exactly what we're seeing here, by the way. Exactly like that to me. So anyway, let's carry on. Absolutely. Goddamn fucking bullshit with that.
The biggest potential for having some issues with some people.
I wouldn't say any of them, honestly. I mean, they were never rude to anybody. They never had problems, and we didn't really talk to anyone as much that was like outside of our friends.
Right.
Knew.
Right.
But
again, and this is another thing, guys. Sorry, we're almost done with this. This is another reason why it's rational, reasonable, and logical to think that it could be somebody who is close to them because they didn't hang out with strangers. So that's just another reason. But they don't want you to think that or go with your instincts. Nope.
Have you heard any?
And again, and another reason why this is so bad is that these people are young and stupid. These are not experienced people. So they're also easily able to be manipulated. Okay? From the fucking hillbillies here. The inbred cops who are not homicide detectives. Period. That's another reason why this is sick. Fuck.
Are you part of? I know that there's a lot of big, like, house group chats and stuff going on. Are you part of
what about it?
No, but I've seen some of them.
Okay. Is there anybody putting stuff on there that seems like they know more information than everybody?
Dylan Mortensen. Bethany Funk.
I think everyone's just falling into hearsay.
Especially Dylan Mortensen.
A lot of kids are falling for, accounts that are being made that are like fake accounts.
Fake accounts.
And I don't know. They're believing stuff that's not true.
Have you seen some of the fake accounts?
I saw a post.
Oh, now we're talking about fake accounts, guys. Because that's evidence. Because that's evidence.
Of one of the
fake
girls,
accounts.
The survivors. But it was like a fake post and a fake everything, basically. And
how do you...
a statement that she didn't even write or...
According to who? Dylan Mortensen? Probably according to Dylan Mortensen. No, I never wrote that. And it turns out she probably fucking did write it. Just like she's the one that posted a picture. Just like she fucking is a storyteller. She tells a lot of stories. I don't understand why that's so hard for people to understand.
That's about it. Like, I wouldn't call them. And Boise High.
Boise High? Okay. Did you know any of, like, the boyfriends? Like,
No. I only knew Kaylee's and Maddie's.
And who were their boyfriends?
And
you know who they are.
Kaylee, well, that's Maddie's, but Kaylee's prior boyfriend,
Jack DeCool.
I think his name was Jack as well. I don't remember his last name.
DeCool.
And then boy she was seeing at the time was me.
Oh, and the boy that she was seeing at the time. That's good to know. It's good to know that she had another boyfriend that she was seeing at the time. That's good to know. So, hey, we got something out of this.
Okay. And so...
named Mason Bangman, who's a fucking cocaine addict. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just speculating on that. You know the cocaine addict? Just saying.
Previous boyfriend.
Yeah.
I don't know that for sure.
She was seeing.
Yeah, but I don't think they were on bad terms or anything. Okay. He was really nice. I think they dated for like 6 years. Long time. But I know he was seen in that area the next day.
Okay. Does he live close? Do you know?
I don't know. I know he was in questioning in Moscow. But,
okay, so they were talking to him.
Yeah, they talked to him.
Okay. Is there anybody you think we should talk to that could
Dylan Mortensen,
help us out and, you know, may have seen something?
Mason Bangman, the cocaine dealers.
Timeline, you know, I mean, you saw him last at, you know, 1:15-ish, you know, and, you know, people who were hanging out with him afterwards, you know, later than that, or...
I mean, my roommate was with me, but she left earlier than me from the club, but she was hanging out with us, too.
Okay.
I don't know if that would be helpful.
What's your roommate's...
Trying to think. It's just kind of hard at the club. People come and go so much, but basically a majority of my friends left back home.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know.
And you didn't see anything about or hear anything about who they might have been hanging out with?
Well, that's true. They are adults. I gotta get that.
No, I mean,
but
I heard
still,
they were with. I don't know if that's true. I haven't really talked to them.
Okay.
But I think they were just with each other, from what I've heard.
Okay.
So other than like the people in the whites, are there any other weird dudes or that live in the like just the surrounding area right around that house?
Yeah, they're all weird.
So,
yeah, every one of them. They're all inbred weirdos.
Like when you were required to look up, you know, the map of like sexual predators and stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
And I know there's some in the area. I don't know if they still live there, but when we looked on the maps, it says there's some on King. So I don't know if that's still current or what, but I knew that.
So guys that were on the register.
Yeah.
On the register.
I don't know if they're still presently there or not, but
professors, cops, you know, coaches,
moved out, so there's a bunch of people we don't really know.
Uber drivers, the whole fucking community. Guys, I'm being facetious.
Yeah, of course.
Probably not too far off though. Steve Gonzalez, his brother, Christy, the whole fucking town.
If you hear of anything, you have my number. Feel free to call me or text me and just you talk to.
All right, very good. What's your sign?
However you want to get it to me. If you hear of anything, I assume you guys.
Are you single?
We've always been.
Oh my god.
And all this, so.
What colors? What's your favorite color?
Pick up school and get back, so if you guys do have any more questions, I'll be in town.
Just for the semester? Or
it depends.
Can we dance with your dates?
It's just a little too close.
Mrs. Jaw, can we dance with your dates?
What year are you?
All right, baby. All right. Is that it? Wait, I missed it. What?
So
yeah.
What year are you again?
I'm a senior, moron. Just like the other two. Redacted? We're redacted. Yeah, I'm starting to get that feeling. They kind of have an idea who may have did this.
Thank you for coming in. We appreciate it.
Of course.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Is that it? Yeah. That's it, guys. All right. Bye-bye. Wow. All right. There you go. Aiden McEntee. All right. There you go. All right, guys. Here you are. Well, I mean, we learned that Kaylee had another boyfriend or somebody she was dating or whatever. That's important to know. It's good to know. We don't know what her weird feeling or premonition was because they never asked her, even though that's the very first thing that she told them. So we never followed up on that because, again, we're not real homicide detectives. What else? They dissuaded her from her instincts about Bethany Funk and Dylan Mortensen. They dissuaded her from pursuing that line of thinking. What else? That's about all I can think of with this one. I don't know. I don't think she's lying. I think she's being honest, actually. I don't think she's lying. I don't. I really don't get that impression that she's lying. I don't get that impression. She doesn't present herself as a know-it-all, like Martha. She doesn't present herself that way. So, yeah. I mean, she says, there's a lot of hearsay. I'm hearing a lot of different fucking stories from people. I don't know. I really don't know what's true or what's not. She says that, so that's good because that's true. So, yeah. But, okay. But the most important, the two most important pieces with this one for me is they didn't ask about her weird feeling or premonition. And they didn't want her to talk about Bethany Funk and Dylan Mortensen. So those are the two pieces here. Oh, and that Kaylee had another boyfriend or another person that she was seeing. So there you are. All right, there you go, guys. Until the next one. Hey, until we get another one. Thank you, Connor, again for your getting this stuff. All right. Anything else, guys? So should we? Well, let's go. We're gonna have a great rest of our night, right? Great rest of our night. I hope you like this one. I really do. I think we covered a lot of good stuff. The professor is, the feelings about the quote unquote professor. All right, and yeah, that's about it. I think. Yeah. All right, guys. All right, we're going to go out like this. And then we can all grab a cheesesteak.
Whether you're a pro or want pro quality.
A good cheesesteak. And some good fries. We're going to go out like this.
I have your Christmas themes for you. I'm pleased. In general, you did very well. However, I was disappointed in the margins.
Oh, this is it. C plus. Oh no, it can't be.
C plus?
Oh no. You'll shoot your eye out?
I love you, babies. Good night, baby.